The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed are the speaker's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of a Master's Journey Foundation. The material and information presented here is for general information purposes only. A Master's Journey Foundation's name and all forms and abbreviations are the property of its owner, and its use does not imply endorsement of or opposition to any specific organization, product, or service.
Hi, welcome everybody to A Master's Journey Episode 3. Today we're in San Antonio, Texas, a little bit out of Arizona, as you know. So today we're at the World Social Sciences Association Conference here at the Hyatt, again in San Antonio. Our regular host, Dr. Ruth Whistler, cannot do the hosting duties today because she is running the behind the scenes for the conference. So if you allow, I'll be the one conducting the interview today for one of my great colleagues, Karla Daniel. So let's go. So as I said, today I'm interviewing Karla Daniel, the CEO for A Master's Journey Foundation. So welcome, Karla.
Thank you, Osvaldo, very much. And it is my turn. And as Osvaldo said, we are here in San Antonio, Texas at the World Social Science Association, also known as WASA. And we will be presenting what a Master's Journey is. But to start off, I'd like to introduce myself and who I am and what I'm all about and what has brought me here. So I am a 55-year-old woman who graduated with her master's degree at the age. Oh yes, I feel young. Thank you very much. I graduated with my master's last year. It'll be a year in May. And what brought me here is, I guess, the love, the passion for helping other people. I grew up in a small town in the Imperial Valley, which is Southern California, border town to Mexicali, Baja California. I was born in Calexico. I was raised there. I attended schools there. I currently work there. My academic journey started in 2015 when I entered Imperial Valley College. I graduated with 2 associate's degrees. Then I went directly into NAU where I received my bachelor's degree, and that's where I met the great Dr. L. Ruth Whistler and Osvaldo and everybody else in my on the board of the Master's Journey Foundation. That was kind of awkward right there, but
it's fine.
We're just going to go roll with it.
We'll roll with it.
But anyways, I received my master's, and soon after we graduated, we jumped right into the master's, and it's been a journey. It was difficult, particularly since I had been out of school for 30 years when I started my associates. But with the amazing help of our teachers and with my cohort, I mean, I made it through, I pulled through. And then came this dream of helping others and continuing to help others. I am currently employed, and I've been employed with the County of Imperial for over 20 years. I currently work as a social worker I do the wraparound program at the County for the Child and Family Services in Imperial Valley. And it is a very fulfilling job. It's a difficult job. It's mentally draining, but I love what I do. But if I have to be honest, what we're doing here, starting our foundation, running, knowing that in the near future, God willing, we'll be able to help other students who are wanting to pursue the same career path as we did in receiving their masters with scholarships and not just financially support them, but also, give them that emotional push, I guess you could say, that not physical push, but at least that encouragement, and let them know.
Say like morale?
A morale push, an emotional push. A lot of times it is an emotional, it's a huge emotional roller coaster because what the work entails, and then if you have, your life outside of work and outside of your studies. So it is, hopefully a foundation that will support them, not just financially, but morally, emotionally, as much as we can. That's why I'm here today, as our board is here to present the Master's Journey Foundation.
It's fine.
And hopefully we can, get some ideas as to how we can better run this, how it all starts, how we can gain some more donations and sponsors, and open up some new scholarships. So I'm really excited to see where this is going, and I honestly don't feel like I could have asked for a better board. We all work very well together, and I think that's a huge thing. But yeah, that's who I am. That's what I am here to do.
Yeah. So you give a very beautiful summarization of what you've gone through in your life, right? Mm-hmm. So trying to fill big shoes for Dr. Whistler, right? But essentially, tell me what it was like, to come back to school after so many years.
It was hard. It was a big reality check for me. Mind you, I graduated high school in 1986. We didn't have computers, we didn't have cell phones, we had word processors and typewriters, and we had the 10 key, So when I went back in 2015, and these kids because I was older than all my teachers practically, and the students, well, they were as young as my own children or even younger. They're pulling out PowerPoints and USBs, and I'm here with my poster boards, presenting. I'm like, what is this, right? So it was very hard. And then learning back in my day when we would do essays, it was just your introduction paragraph, your body, and your conclusion. Now we're talking about ethos and pathos and all of these forms of MLA and AMA and ALA, APA,
and then like the different generations, APA 6, APA 7
whatever
now.
they are.
Yeah.
I still have a hard time pronouncing them, and I don't even know what half of those are. So it was very hard. It was very difficult on top of having a full-time job. And then when we had to start doing our internships and all that, it was physically and emotionally draining. So needless to say, I struggled, but to be honest, I have an amazing support system in my family, my husband, my children are great. They were my inspiration. But again, without my cohort, without the support of the students that, the people that I met in all IVC, NAU, and ASU, I don't think I would have been able to do it because they're always so encouraging, and I've learned so much, things that I probably shouldn't have learned, and then of course things that I've learned from a lot of these young kids, and again, they were as young as my own children or younger, it was amazing. It was hard, I'm not going to lie. It is hard, it is mentally draining, but at the end of the day, standing here, it's just totally worth it. Yeah. It's totally worth it. But no, you said it right, when you said that, you're trying to fill in the big shoes of Dr. Whistler. She was a huge, huge impact in my life. I really did look up to her, and I always tell her I want to be like you when I grow up. She's nonstop, and I see why. This career path that we've chosen is amazing. It is so self-gratifying knowing that we're able to help people.
And the paths you can take.
Yeah.
Who would have thought we would be here?
Not me. I mean, really. And then speaking and
sure.
About a nonprofit organization that we're doing what's like, who are we? I talk about that with imposter syndrome. Like I have to pinch myself every so often and say, hey, wow. But we've come such a long way, and I'm so proud of us. I'm so proud of the work that we do, and how different we all are, our backgrounds and everything, and where we come from. Yuma, California, and yet we work so well together, and I mean,
we figure it out somehow.
That's what social workers do, right? We figure it
work
out
with
one
what
way
we
or
got.
another.
We roll with the punches.
Yes, we roll with the punches. If not, we fake it till we make it.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But are we?
Not really. But I mean, it's a great job. I did struggle mentally, but I pull through. I have nothing. I have only to thank my colleagues and my family and I guess my drive. I've kind of found like a second wind. Yes, I'm 55 going on 56, but I don't feel it. I feel like I still have another 50 years to go.
The world's still your oyster.
I want to believe that. Yeah. If not, I'll just pretend and do it anyways. But yeah, that's who I am, and that's what I do.
So you told me that your family, like your friends and all that, have been an inspiration for like social work, right? Mm-hmm. So tell me what really solidified, yeah, I'm gonna go study social work. I'm gonna go get my bachelor's and then potentially my master's.
I social work wasn't what I had chosen. I had chosen psychology. But during the bachelor's program, we had to do a roadmap. Yeah. Remember that project? Yeah. We had to do a roadmap of where we started and where we were at that point. And in doing that project, I realized when I was in first grade in San Bernardino, California, I was translating for migrant children because I knew both languages, English and Spanish. So I was helping people then. After that, I continued to do that with, as I went through elementary school and junior high. By the time I hit, we moved to Calexico, California. My English was better than the kids because they were coming across the border to go. So I was helping them, with their English as well. And then I started working for social services. So it's kind of like social work and helping others was already there. Yeah. I was taking an introduction to social work class at IVC, and Dr. Peterson came in and he did a presentation.
For those who don't know, Dr. Peterson is...
Yes, he was the director of the program at NAU at the time. And he did this presentation, and it just blew me away. Everything he was talking about, what social workers do and everything. I too had that stigma. Oh, CPS, that's what social workers are. They take kids away. now that I work there, I go, yeah, we do, but we're doing it for their benefit, for their own good. And our main goal was reunification. And now that I understand that, and as I understood that, I realized, you know what? I want to do that. I want to be able to help people, live a productive life, a good life. So I switched it and I went into social work, and I don't regret it one bit. I don't regret it one bit. I feel as though I still need to do more than just my master's. I want to pursue, a doctorate degree and change a little bit of policy in child welfare. I just feel that having a PhD will really help me be able to do that, at least, in my community, and hopefully, even at a higher level. But I got to start there. But I think that's what did it for me is that talk from Dr. Peterson and understanding really how far a social worker can come and impact somebody's life.
For sure. So now that you shared about kind of what inspired you to go into the field of social work, I know you did talk about kind of partially that the program was not like the easiest, right? I know you had mentioned. So tell me what it was like going through the program. It's ups and downs, essentially.
We started our bachelor's program right when COVID started. So
Zoom.
it was Zoom. But it's one of the good things about it because that meant I can leave work right at 4:30, rush home, and go on Zoom. So I wasn't missing work, and that was a good thing. Downside is we didn't really get to know our cohort until towards the end of
the last semester.
Yeah, the last semester that we did in person, and when we all met, and then we really all clicked, together. So that was one of the hardships. But I think the best part about it came at the master's. I think that's where the most of us were all together, and we really became a little bit more, a huge bond. I'll never forget at our master's graduation. At the end of it, so we graduated with at the same time as AWC, NAU, U of A.
NAU. Did you say NAU?
Yeah.
But
so there were several. It wasn't just ASU,
yeah.
But ASU, we were the last ones, right? So when the ceremony was over, all the other universities, all the other people were heading with their families, moving away. And what did we do? ASU, we came together right in the middle of the field. We were dancing.
We danced.
It was like we didn't want to let go. Really.
Even the professors stayed.
Yeah, our professors were there. It was amazing. It was a really eye-opening experience because it wasn't just oh yeah, I love my cohort. No, it was we really bonded, and I think that was what made it the easiest.
Yeah.
The hardest was, I'm not going to lie, was having to do the homeworks. We only went to school every Saturday, but we had a whole week of having to work 8 hours, and then internship when the internship hit, and then homeworks. And with the technical difficulties, forget to hit the save button, and that was the hardest. Learning how to live life on 2 hours of sleep was hard. I spent so much money on concealers because it was horrible. Waking up looking like a zombie and going to work. I think that was the hardest.
Yeah.
But again, having having our cohort and our colleagues to help us through and encourage us and actually physically help us, putting pieces together and stuff, that was the best part about it, the easiest part. What made it easy? Yeah.
For sure. So that was your during. After, right? After came, a master's journey, which was unexpected for all of us, obviously. But in terms of more personal, I know you work at the county, right? Imperial County.
Mm-hmm.
What has that been like for you?
Well, the master's did open up a lot of doors. And by that I mean, it's given me more room to grow professionally. The money's not that bad, I'm not going to lie. But having this foundation, being a part of this foundation now, I think it's starting to fill that little nudge, that little emptiness in there of wanting to learn more. Yeah, it's starting to fill it in because it's like, yes, professionally at work, I'm doing what I need to do. I remove children, I reunify with their families, I give them resources, whatever, what a social worker does. But here at Master's Journey Foundation is totally different. It's a totally different, I don't know.
Like agenda, you would say? Like a different,
it's
different work, type of work.
It's a different vibe in every sense of the word. In every sense of the word. It's just amazing. I'm starting to feel in like that void is no longer there. After the master's journey, it was like I'm wasting my time. I'm supposed to be at school. I'm supposed to be learning something. Something's missing. This is starting to feel that, because of the work that we're doing and meeting new people and mingling. Here, I think this is huge for us. Tomorrow we're going to have a chance to really network and meet people who really can make a huge difference. We're just going to have to sell it hard so that we can help them make that difference.
So, man, my second final question.
Mm-hmm.
What comes next?
PhD.
PhD?
PhD.
2 years?
I want to give myself 2 years.
Okay.
If everything goes as planned, in 2 years, I should be able to start applying for a doctorate program.
Amazing. Final question. Is there anything you want to share with us that I have not asked you?
You've asked all the right questions.
Did I?
I think so.
Good enough?
I
Good
think
enough
so.
to fill Dr. Wiz's shoes?
I hope, yeah, definitely.
A message or something?
A message. If I could,
To like our people that might
Or
get to know
listening.
the Master's Journey Foundation.
well, let me do this in general. I'm going to leave you with what I tell my children. It's never too late. It is never too late. I started later in life. I had my children, graduated from high school, went and lived life. And I think having done that, lived my life, and then came into the program, it brought a lot more experience. It just worked out perfectly for me. But if I can give that piece, a little piece of advice is it's never too late. No matter where you are in your life, if education is what you want, go for it. Nobody can ever take that away from you.
For
No
sure.
matter where you go, you've got that education behind
That title
you.
is yours.
Exactly. This was my time. And no matter what time anyone out there is thinking, I'm too old. No, you're not. No. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm 100% proof. And the feeling that you have when you've accomplished, when you've gotten to this point, yes, do I feel accomplished? I do. I have a wonderful family. I have a great job. I've worked very hard. And here I am. Yes, I do feel accomplished. Can I add more to it? Yeah, I think I can. And I will. I won't stop. And I think that's what this has given me, that huge boost of confidence to go out there. And with that confidence, I plan to change, even if it's a little piece of child welfare, even if it's a little piece of somebody's life. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. So that's what's next, is more help.
More help.
More help.
There you have it, folks. Amazing message to anybody who thinks that they're too old for going back to school, which is not.
Never too late.
Evident proof here. So, unless you have anything else for us?
We're all good.
Well then, folks, this is all for episode 3 of A Master's Journey. Again, our guest was Karla Daniel, CEO of A Master's Journey Foundation. So, until then, vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios from San Antonio.
San Antonio.